come into this little plantation here that, for my new followers' benefits or viewers, this is called Carl's little plantation, and there's spindle in it and rowan. These are primulas that I planted last year, and they're coming up. Some aren't flowering yet, but these are all primulas. Some more spindle. And let me introduce you to Carl. Here's Carl. This is Carl the oak tree. He's hung on to his leaves. No, leave Carl alone. You're not to bite Carl. So Carl, his buds are swelling up beautifully. Look at that. So that's Carl. This is Carl's plantation. There's oxeye daisies. And then we walk down here. There's more spindle. There's rowan. Somewhere in here there's Gilda rose. Oh, here's a Gilda rose. There's a Gilda rose. Oxeye daisies that I've planted. Here's another Gilda rose. And then we come around the corner here. More Gilda rose. These are some butterfly bush that I got from a friend. A lot of these are grown from seed or from pruning them and chopping them and stabbing them into the ground. And this here, this oak tree, is called Hope. This was New Year's Day a couple of years ago. So Hope is doing really well. Oh, look. Time has joined us. Yes, kitty. How are you? You beautiful kitty. Yeah. Aren't you a handsome boy? So this is Hope. Isn't that right? You're a good girl. And under here there's more daisies that I planted. Those are a different kind of daisy. This is the oxeye daisy. That's the oxeye daisy. And then these are, I want to say that marguerites, but they're not marguerites. They're the ones that flower late in the year. Kind of August, September time. I'm being stupid, I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, they don't have the serrated leaf edges, but the oxeye daisies do. So we go up here and there's some crab apple. Here's a crab apple. Oh, I hope this crab apple, oh it is, look. There's a bud of crab apple. This is another spindle. Spindle comes out early. Here's another, yeah, no, you're not gonna jump on me. I know you wanna jump on my back, don't you? Look at the mushrooms here, are fantastic. Oh, hello you. There we go. Are you going to jump up on my back? Is that your intent? Yeah? Here's another crab apple. Yes, kitty. And here's some more butterfly bush. Another big spindle. There's several different varieties of spindle. I would take cuttings and stab them in the ground. This is a bit of horse chestnut, because this was originally a huge horse chestnut that blew over one year. And these are the old branches that rooted. Yes, you beautiful kitty. You gotta move out of my feet. This is oxeye daisies, and then this is sow thistle. And that's the puppy. Here's another crab apple. And a lot more butterfly bush. Oh, look. Aren't these gorgeous? Oh, look at those. Absolutely stunning. So beautiful. The mushrooms. Oh, look at this. A ladder of mushrooms going all the way up. Just spectacular. And the algae. Not the algae, the lichen, or lichen, depending on who you are. Different kinds of it here. Oh gosh, I nearly landed on something. So there, oh look, there's a red primrose. Oh, and there's the cat. The cat on my shoulder. Jumped on it. Turned my back to him. And what does he do? Jumps on my... Oh look, so many primulas are coming up. Here, you can get off there. There we go. Okay. That's the cat. Isn't that right, kitty? Oh, are you coming up here? Are you becoming a tree climber? You get stuck by that knot, do you? Or are you going to come up over the knot? Oh. Oh, hello. You're much more adventuresome. Much more determined. Much more determined. Yeah. You're so clever. So cats and dogs all climb trees at this farm. But look at this red one here. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So yeah. Yeah. Oh, are you climbing even higher? Do you dare? Uh-oh, here comes the professional. You're so good, Bear. You're so clever. Yeah. Now you're getting too old to go too. Oh God, Bear. Bear, be careful. Be careful. I better go. If I go, he'll get down. I don't want him to fall. Okay, let's go out. Here's another Gilda Rose. Come on. Let's go. Out the gate. Come on. Come on. Come on. Atta dogs. Come on. Good dogs. 4, 5. Inca. Oh, there you are. Okay. So, close the gate. Into Carl's plantation. Oh. This is going to take 2 hands. Look at the spider's nest. Right there. And you can see the spider guarding it. Isn't that cool? Anyway, I've got to lock the gate and it takes 2 hands. This here is a larch tree. And it's a deciduous softwood. But it has one of the most beautiful blooms for its pine cones. And they're not coming out yet. They will be soon. But it's one of my favorite spring blooms is the larch tree blooms. So give it another few days and these will drop down and be beautiful pinks and greens and magenta. You can already kind of see the silveriness, the color. Just stunning. Absolutely love larch tree babies, blooms. Some woodland advancements. Trimmed the ivy to make the path wide. Here's one step I've been working on over the last few days. And look, I cleared the ivy and found some beautiful woodland dog violets. So it's great doing this. But yeah, I'll be filling that in. So this is a step to go up this pathway here to the ridge. And I'm using loads of deadwood. And this is really good way to make steps in the woodlands. Now, this is very steep here. I've got to somehow level this out. I've got to dig that root out because it's very rollicky. Yeah. You can see my assistant diggers are working. Is that digging? What's in there? What's in there? Yeah. Anyway, this is another step that I'm working on. And it's great doing them out of the wood that's in here, the fallen rotten wood. I then will cover them with soil and wood chip. And what's really good about it is it returns a lot of the structure to the woodland floor. So there was a big hole there. I filled that in. But then you step over this. And this is going to be slippy, so I really have to fill that in at some stage, level it out into a step. Come on, dogs. Come on, pups. hedgehogs. Come on. They're taking the easy way up the hill. But when this turns into a smooth step, it'll be better. Okay, can you move now? Come on. Come on. So this pathway comes up here. This was a huge hole that I kept falling in. Me as an Egypt. So I'm filling it in with a lot of the dead limbs. And trimmed this side. So I'm going to have to put more kind of steps or natural processes in. You can see the hole right there. She fell in it just now. But it's a slow but sure process. Then you come up here and that's the other pathway comes here and turn this way. And we walk along here. As you can see, that's very trippable. I've got to chop that out. Go right in there with my little saw. I don't have my saw today. It's so wet. But yes, so the path winds through here. So kind of strummed the width that I want. And I keep finding these lovely rotten bits of wood, which is excellent. You can see the biological life in it. But I bring it, let's see if I can do this with one hand. These two. Okay, I'm going to bring it over here to a corner of this trail, which when it's wet, you keep sliding into. So this corner here is very slidable. So I've got to fill this hole in here, There's a deep hole down there. You can't see it, I suppose, but it goes way down. So I'm creating a curve here with all this timber, so I didn't keep slipping down into that area, because there was a very narrow place right here. I'm gonna have to fill in right there. You can see that fell down. So there's a hole there. So there was only this tiny narrow place, literally the width of, let's see, that width here. Otherwise you could slip down there or into this hole here. So I've got to make the trail safer for me and my friend Sarah, who's coming to look after me when I get my do my next neck procedure. So the next stage is going to be filling that up with wood chip, and it'll just slowly but surely that will all return to soil, and it will naturally become a solid platform. So there's going to be a lot of hauling of wood chip and soil and stuff like that. I might take some of this down and put it like that on top of this, on top of the wood chip. So wood chip will fill in the bigger slots and then the soil on top of that. Oh, look, we're so pleased with ourselves. We have a stick. And then bits of timbers like this, I will chop up and use in the trail. That's a dead branch. So it's kind of creating, instead of a dead hedge, I'm creating dead pathways. But it's not dead, it's creating a living universe of soil biology for the woods in creating a trail. So then back this way. And the rest of this trail is pretty good. A friend gave me a fern, a beautiful woodland fern, native, and I want to put it right there so that you walk around this magnificent woodland fern. So yeah, it's beginning to look like something. Can you move, Floof? And then some places I'm not going to put steps. Like this is, I'm not going to put steps here. It's just a rolling bit of the pathway. And there's the quarry. Don't want to fall in there. That's a bit of a drop. It's about a 20-foot drop. Nah, maybe 15. But it's all a slow but sure process. You can see I've kind of the width I'm looking for in the pathway. I'm leaving some of these because they're water flow breaks, as well as they prevent you from sliding if it gets slippy. So, and then you can see there's a rotten trunk that has fallen recently, right across there. It's fallen there. And I'll be able to chop that up and use that as steps as well as sides of the trail. So that's what I'm doing today on this rainy, wet Saturday. Miserable day, but having a lovely time out in the woods. Oh, I gave you a fright. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to give you a fright. Oh, and look, your stick's been stolen. I'm sorry. Oh, look, everybody's fighting over the stick. It's a three-way complex fight. Who gets the stick? Oh, look. That's a thorn. You might get... Oh, oop. You're gonna get stuck with the stick. Oh, you got it, Brindle. Yeah, it's not fair, puppies. Okay, come on. Come on. Good dogs.